a new decade as the world's leader in motorsports coverage presents Speed World.
Jabroni. Jabroni.
Jabroni Cup fever. Catch it. Woo! Hell yeah!
All right, everybody. Second part of our 2022 New Year's blowout for Jabroni Cup, getting back on track. Hey, Tad?
Yeah.
This is Chet, McGurk, and Lowdermilk in the booth. We're getting ready to start some Sonoma, and you know what that means. Get ready for the bloodbath, Tad.
Oh, yeah.
Usually we end up with maybe half of the field finishing the race on the track. It's just how things are. So, right now we've got our qualifying up there on the screen. You guys can read it. We've got Dane Parks coming in first with Jason Parks right beside him. Then Justin Parks and Chris Skeen, Daryl Parks, and Drew Parks up there, huh? Drew Parks putting in an impressive qualifying performance. You can read the rest of the top 10. Let's get ready to start this one up, eh, Tad?
Yeah.
This is going to be some good stuff. We're going to do a much better job here about not skipping as we get ready to race, possibly. Let's got 130. There we go. We're going to be extra cautious to avoid that glitch. We don't want anybody to miss out on Jabroni Cup action, especially on Pocono. Because we all know Pocono turns into a real elbows out race, eh, Tad?
I just learned that.
It has been a while, Tad, but last year Pocono was just an absolute meat grinder. It was brutal, so we're going to see if we end up with that same action today. Start right here on this front row. Boy, that's a good-looking Jabroni Cup field, Tad. Every time it gets me. It's just nice to see those guys out there ready to race and put it all on the line for Jabroni Cup action. Like I said, new points leader Justin Parks there, starting off on the second row. We'll kick run through the field, not even announce everyone.
Start your engines.
Starting the engines. Beautiful day here at Pocono for some racing, and gonna see who makes it out alive. That's really the question. It's a battle of attrition, Tad. It's all about survival. We got some brake checking going on here. Let's go ahead and get up to the front and get chase cam going, because we all know you can't keep an eye on the whole pack at once, and there's probably going to be people getting their feelings hurt right off the start here. There's a Jabroni Cup. Here we go. We got 40 laps at Pocono. I'm going to say maybe we get 20 under green, Tad. What do you think? Yeah, that's a bold prediction here, my friend. We'll see if it plays out. The Hungry Man Steak, Ford Thunderbird, driven by Dane Parks, taking off here. He got a good jump. You can see he's out front, but it's probably not going to take long to see some bumping and grinding back there. Oh boy, he's already getting wide. Look at that wave of cars on his inside. He smacks the wall, and this is a wall smacker special. Look at this, Tad. This is Jabroni Cup action. We're getting real tight up in here. New leader Daryl Parks, but you know here we're gonna have to. Oh, we've already got people. Oh no!
Multiple contacts.
Oh, I told you, Tad. It wasn't gonna take long. It was not gonna take long. Wow. Chris Skeen grinding with Miles Parks. We've got our first incident of the day. We did even get one lap done there. So, although it looks like maybe not too much damage. I'll try to be good with our replays to keep our live feed going. This looked further back in the pack after the initial problem up front. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Let's go little slow motion here as we see a lot of guys drifting. Let's go ahead and Chris Skeen and Daryl and Dane Parks come together.
It looks like it was Dane Parks who did it because he pushed Skeen.
Spider giving Skeen nothing Spider could do there. Just ride the snake. Skeen gets turned around. A lot of other guys involved. Let's back that up again. So we couldn't see what was going on back there. Let's maybe come from behind and do an above view. See what we can see here. Just carnage. Although, not too much damage. These guys smacked it pretty good. But I don't think anybody's out of the race off of that. That's at least a positive. We're going to see everyone make it back out there on the track, it looks like. And the wrong button, Bandit strikes again. Let's get our... Oops. Oh, that's right. We're getting back into it, folks. We're just getting reacquainted with our controls. And these guys were just coming back around. We haven't even gotten back to the live feed yet. And I don't know, right now a little bit. And we've got David Baird out there getting crazy with it. AJ Lawler with some damage. And then there's finally the caution. Pace car coming out, which I don't understand why he wasn't out earlier. We're trying to play catch up and see everything that happened, and it's virtually impossible in Pocono because it is just a slaughterhouse, Tad. Let's get to the front of the pack and see if we can get caught back up here. We are under caution. There's the pace car. Now let's see if we can catch up to the live feed. We're on lap 3 of 40. This is going to be a marathon. You're going to get your money's worth tonight, Jabroni Cup fans, because one thing Pocono provides, it's a lot of meat just pushed into the grinder. Although we've already got some pitting going on, and we're caught up to live action here. With Daryl Parks was in first. Let's see if he can get out of the pits and maintain that lead. What do you think, Ted? Looking good. Great view of pit row here where we can actually see everybody. And I don't even know. Did Pete Cool even pit? He came down pit row, but it didn't look like he even bothered to pit. So we're going to see some interesting shuffling going on. I'll tell you that. What do you think, Tad? We're on lap 4 out of 40. 36 to go. We'll see what happens on the Statron 6000 when we come back around. Last stats are Daryl Parks first, Jacob Parks second, and Luke Parks in third. But we're going to see what happens when we get back to the start-finish line. And we got some guys riding down low back there. It looks like Dane Parks and Logan Parks. Not sure what they're doing. One thing we all know, even the cautions can be adventurous in the Jabroni Cup. Dane Parks running down on the infield there for a minute. I think everyone's just trying to get back in the proper order. So right now, they've got a couple of guys supposedly in the middle of the pack riding out front with Daryl Parks still holding on to first. See if he can hold on to this position, because we saw it happen at Sonoma. Strong start, kind of faded a little bit, but held on to stay right up there at the top. We are called back up to our live feed, and that's one thing that's right, Tad. You know what? I forgot. It does take a while to get back to the green flag, so we can actually take a little bit longer and review some of these events instead of watching, these guys parade around. So we're already here now, so let's see what happens as we take a look at the crowd from the crowd's perspective up here in the grandstands at Pocono. Tad doing some calisthenics in the back of the booth. Staying limber, Tad. Staying limber. It's always a good policy. I'm going to go on board here. What do you think, Tad? Think we'll stay on board with Daryl Parks on this restart? You got to come up here. We're not going to hear you back there. Stop your yoga and get up here on the microphone. The fans want to hear you, Tad. So we are on lap 5 of 40. Hopefully, we're going to come back around for a green flag. See what happens. Take a look at that top of Mr. Goodbar for Thunderbird. The mesh. A mesh look this year. Hoping we get back to green this time around. Any thoughts, Tad, right now?
No.
You know, I tell you what's going to be interesting is going to be what happens with P. Cool and Wes up there in the front. If those guys don't have the speed, they're going to really muck up this restart. Hopefully that doesn't happen out. Maybe we can get a full lap under green. But like I said, this is going to be a battle for green flag laps. For the guys that are out there, a battle of survival. Let's go green, please. We're going to have a talk with the Jabroni Cup leadership about lessening some of these cautions. Oh, Stinky Benny, he's got some damage. Maybe we'll do a little damage assessment. Christine looks pretty good. Miles Parks maybe a little bit of damage. Justin Parks looking okay. Old Mitch looks all right. I thought EJ got bumped, but could be mistaken that, or they already fixed it. If it was minor enough, and it looks like we're gonna have another lap under caution. Maybe. Be a good time to refill your drink, grab some snacks, and get ready. You know, the action comes fast and furious, and oftentimes not enough as we get flung back into more caution laps. We will spend a lot more time dissecting replays because that's one thing you forget. It's been a long time since last year at Pocono, eh, Tad?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with our spectator cam. Maybe get a little bit more context on where they are on the track and when we're going to get back to green. So, Tad, tell me what's happened during this layoff for you. Anything exciting? Anything new?
I think I bought too much hamburgers.
Hamburgers? Well, in my book, you can never have too many. Because you know what? You can have hamburgers. You can make it sauce. You can even call it Salisbury steak. You smother it with a little bit of gravy and mushrooms, and you've got a delicious other meal. You know, maybe you turn it into a smoothie. Maybe a hot hamburger smoothie. Dab a little A1 in there. You've got a new concoction that's all your own, Tad. Just trying to spitball, give you some ideas on what to do with some of those excess hamburgers. As we were waiting for these guys to get back around the track and get us a green flag restart at some point. Come on, Jabroni Cup leadership. You've got to do better than this. But this is Pocono. This is the one race of the year that's going to be madness. So again, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens on this restart. See if these two cars up front ruin it for everyone else. If we ever get back to green, we're on lap 6 of 40 already, folks. And here we go. We're getting ready to start. Let's get a little chase cam action here and see what happens. There's always some action back there. We're back to green. And okay, stats have reset, and these guys' gambling paid off as we got less in first. Pete Cool in second. Daryl Parks in third. Jacob Parks diving down the inside. Looks like he's going to get some contact. A little bit of contact. Nobody lost control. Oh, we've got already people out. Big action in the back. Sometimes that's the place to be, but not today. AJ Lawler. Seen better days. Justin Parks looks pretty unscathed, but slowing down. Maybe that's enough to keep going. Fingers crossed we don't catch another caution, but looks like we're going to. These guys are going to race back around. Possibly. We've already got... Oh, my... Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one, Tad. This is going to put some drivers out of the race for sure. The little one strikes and the big one follows. It's kind of reverse order. We get the aftershock first and then the main quake. So that's going to put a lot of drivers out for the day. Once we get everyone stacked up and we've got the pace car out, Pete Cool maintaining that first position. I don't think he pit. I don't know, Tad. What do you think? It looked like he just drove down pit lane and threw the ultimate fake. It looked like both him and Wes did that, and it worked. Now, we'll see how it pays off in the long run if they can stay out, but that gamble paid off. And look who's in third. Coach Cockerham. Cam Cockerham. Strong run. All right, we're going to go back and check out these collisions, because one thing's for sure, we certainly have the time. Lap 8 of 40, folks. Let's back it up, Tad, and see what happened. We're going to be at the front of the pack looking back, but it didn't take long. We had that small incident which led to the big one. And we're going to definitely see the first drivers retire of the day. Let's back it up to the initial one. And we're good. Let's go. Let's go right about here. Looks like old Mitch and Justin get together, and yep, they're just ping-ponging around. Mitch bounces off of David Baird right back into Justin, turns him around. We've got action up in front of that, too. I didn't even see. It's just impossible to keep up with it all, isn't it, Ted? Let's, I can see what happened there. What happened up in front? Whatever it did apparently allowed Coach Cockerham to get around. Wow, Brian Driggers. Not where he wants to be. It's just hard to keep up with everything going on out there, isn't it, Ted?
Man, Brian Driggers is just on fire with crazy stuff right now.
Look at that. Just getting squeezed between Drew Parks and JD Sides and into the wall. Racking up Jason Brown, but very minor damage. This was definitely the smaller affair of the two, but we're getting ready to see. Look at that. Cam Cockerham squeezing through there. No damage. That is crucial. That's going to let him get up to the front of the field after we see our second big incident. Let's go ahead and move forward.
Probably the biggest new incident ever since the start last race. Probably the biggest one. Certainly is.
Right there. Just not enough space. Dane Parks into his brother Daryl, but they survived it. Let's see what happens. I don't know if this is it or not. No, I think it's going to be up in front of them. Let's go ahead and move it up there. We've got some going the wrong way. Something with Cole Parks, Jacob Parks, and Luke Parks. What do you think, Tad? Just smacking around. This is definitely the big one. Let's get it on right here. Jacob Parks, see what happens. Already grinding side by side. Into the wall, nowhere to go. Both drivers sideways. Cole Parks, a little bump, not too much. Drew Parks, some big, spider halting into the back of Drew. And look at him just stacking up. Just stacking and stacking.
Man, we lost a lot of drivers in that big collision.
Let's pick someone further back and go on board. What do you think there?
Okay, maybe.
Maybe we go, let's see how Cam Cockerham reacts, because he made it through this unscathed, and that's really going to help out his position, his race position, but points position too. Let's go on. Maybe we go on. Yeah, let's go in car with Cam Cockerham. So he watches the carnage unfold. makes it to the inside of the track, passes a whole bunch of people. Look at that. Just a brilliant run for Coach Pocono. Maybe we run it back one more time. Since we're going to have plenty of caution laps to pad out here. Whoa, look at Jason Brown threading the needle. How about that, Tad? Well played. Just squeezes through the Red Sea parts. Let's take a look at that from closer to the ground. Just a great set of circumstances allow Jason Brown to just squeeze through. You know? We get a little rear chase action. This is going to be a real good look at it right here. Spotter's doing some great work for the Jason Brown Skull Bandit car. Look at that. Oh, he just squeezes through. You're right, Pat. It's extreme bloodshed. And that instantly puts Jason Brown up to 13th. He passed about half the pack in that one event. So maybe now we get back up to the front of the field and try to catch back up to our live feed and see who's left. Who is left out there today? And let's go ahead and get some speed it up, come back around. We're only on lap 8, Tad. Get ready. So look at that. Now those guys are going to have to pit. So they did not pit. And that got them some excellent track position. But you got to pay the piper at one point or another, eh, Tad? Right back to the back of the pack. At least so it looks. Yep. And look at that. Old Cam back up front again. Boy, if he can hold on, that'll be 2 in a row, and that's going to work wonders for his points position. But I think he's fairly far down in the field. I think he's been leading the league in DNFs so far. It's kind of feast or famine with the Crocsmobile. You know, sometimes he's way up there at the front, and sometimes he just can't manage to finish the race, Tad. And consistency is key in the long run if you want to make a shot at this title. We're caught back up to our live feed, but to get back to what we were talking about, Logan. Go ahead, Tad.
It's probably the closest of Cole Parks that I've ever seen him be the first place.
He's had some good runs. Yep, it does seem like it was ages ago. This is certainly a new world with all the COVIDs and the Ronas out there, but here at the Jabroni Cup, we adhere to the strictest of safety protocols. And for a second there, I thought we were going green. Throttle up a little bit. And maybe get close. We're only on lap 11. And let's bring up our information screen so we can check out the carnage. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars out right now. We still aren't even halfway through. We're back to green flag racing. Let's get everything back up to speed. Let's see if these guys can manage to put together at least half a lap before we have another incident. Look at that. Cole Parks challenging on the inside of old Crocs. Oh, and Dane Parks getting real spicy down there. Cole takes the lead. Dane Parks, though, gets right around him. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, we've got a big one. Cole and Crocs get together, and it looks like Cole got the better of that exchange. But either way, both of these guys moving to the back, but it actually doesn't look too bad damage-wise. And wow, somehow David Baird is out there, and that car is, oh, Brian Triggers tells him what he thinks as soon as we shift the camera around. So, you know, actually, it doesn't matter if you're at the back of the field, because we still have a lot of racing and a lot of cars to be destroyed. Brian Triggers is a loose cannon back there. He is just causing carnage. He is in some real trouble, and I think some drivers are going to have some real harsh words and maybe harsh fists to give it. Whoa, Cole Parks blazing back. Yeah, it's who's going to take a shot at who's. What's going on next? David Baird out there duct taped that car together. Maybe some Elmer's glue involved. I have no idea who is where. But right now, if your car is on the track, you're in a good spot because we're going to have probably a fresh group of retired racers after this, although that did not look too bad. Those guys got together, but both of them came out looking okay. What is Brian Driggers doing now? He is brake checking his buddy Jason Parks, who cannot be happy about that. Two teammates and friends, and getting brake checked by a teammate. Not a good way to go. So we're going to go ahead now that we're under caution again. We'll rewind. We're on lap 13 of 40, and we probably got another couple hours before we finish this one off. Just, you know, a really interesting way to restart the season with a road course that had some great racing and some, you know, dust getting kicked up and some guys duking it out. And now we've got the Carnage Fest, and we have to watch how the sausage is made, eh, Tad?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to eat the sausage. No one wants to see how it's made. But Jabroni Cup, you see it all.
Man, but Cole Parks back there was just like, get out of my way, bro.
Yeah, I think he said, "Oh, Crocs, you just what do you what else do you think he said to him, Tad?"
I think he said like, please stop, please.
All right, let's see what happens. These guys battling it out. I'm gonna go with a little slow mo here. Let's shift it. Cole sliding a little bit, and Cam comes down a little bit. Make a little contact. Just gliding up there, and look at that. Old Crocs into him. But it looked like neither car got hit that hard, so they should be okay. Crocs has definitely got some aero damage, but Cole Parks' car looks great, so he came out the better there. Let's see if we can see what happened to Brian Driggers, because Lord knows you follow him and you're going to get some action. He's got the spirit of Terry Bogard in him. Okay. Right beside David Baird, those two. Oh, he just checked him into the wall. Oh, they must have been exchanging some harsh words. David Baird is out there with a car that looks like it should definitely not be out there. And look at that. Brian Driggers in it, Justin Parks, and back into David Baird. Slamming on brakes. But the Duke's Mayonnaise Thunderbird looks okay, no worse for the wear. So once again, it is going to be a battle of attrition. This certainly is the race every year that the Jabroni Cup fans circle. The Jabroni Cup fans that have a real thirst for blood that can't be quenched on regular tracks. You know, maybe we can start doing some special promotions for Pocono. You know, with some wear your protective gear and get ready. It's like the Purge. You know, this is the Jabroni Cup version of the Purge. It's about guys setting their sights on someone who may aggravate them and just teeing off on them. So let's see if we can get caught up to our live feed. Our stats are a little bit wonky here on our lap counter. Let's see what happens. Maybe while we're doing that, we bring up.
There's only 4 cars up there.
So lap 14 of 40, we're just going to keep fast forwarding to catch up to our live feed. This is a great way to get Jabroni Cup action rekindled. We're caught back up to live. Probably still having, hopefully this is the last yellow flag before we get a restart. We'll see. They just passed the start-finish line. And let's bring that info back up now and check out the field. Logan Parks now in first place. So the defending champ taking advantage of all the carnage and sneaking through the field. Get back up there into first with Miles Parks, Daryl Parks, Cole Parks still up there in fourth, Dane Parks 5th, Wes in 6th, Pete Cool in 7th, Jason Brown in 8th, hanging around. You know, he's the most impressive rookie of the bunch if you ask me. He always finds a way to hang around in that top 10. And then we got Jason Parks in 10th, Justin Parks in 11th, David Baird in 12th, Brian Driggers in 13th, and Cam Cockerham in 14th right now. But you know what? That's probably a good place to be in the back, because you either want to be in the back or the front. If you're in the middle, when that next big event pops off, the next big crash, you're going to get caught up in the carnage unless you're lucky. So we'll see what happens as we are on lap 15 of 40. We hadn't even gotten halfway, Tad. This is the marathon. You know, it doesn't have the most laps, not the longest track, not the longest distance, but these guys really, this track, you throw the rules right out the window. You know, you really do. And there's a lot of scores that get settled out there at Pocono. And I think the fans really enjoy it.
Man, Cole Parks has made an impressive comeback.
I have to agree, and we'll see if he can maintain as we'll take a quick look through the field here. Brogy rocking the Bojangles livery, and you can see he's the first driver to get the official Jabroni Cup champion logo on there. He's the defending champ. We haven't heard much from him lately, but we'll see if he can stay up front. And like I said, up front is good because nobody can hit you. Nobody, at least unless you give up a spot. If you can hold on to the lead, at least you don't have to worry about getting hit. Miles Parks, who last year, we all remember, was having a stellar second half of the season, was possibly in line to hold on to the lead and win the championship before he got Cruckerhammed right out of it. I think that's a grudge that might live on through the rest of the Jabroni Cup history after what happened there. Yeah, let's and our TV camera is a little funky, so let's see. Daryl Parks in third, back up front again. Let's see if he can hold. There's Cole Parks in fourth, trying to duke it out and make it back up to the front. Dane Parks and that hungry man. Just looking at that makes me hungry, Dad. That Salisbury steak looks delicious.
Yeah.
And old Wes in the 16. And
Even though I did eat a steak for
Yep, it was steak time, wasn't it? Our pregame meal, we definitely staked it up. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button here. Let's get this to the front camera. Yep. Look at that one. Look at how delicious and wet the gravy and just the microwave-ness of it all. You know, got the brownie over there, brownie bumping up against the mashed taters. Never a bad thing when you got that hungry, man. And Roblox. And Pete Cool trying to stay up there in the Mutt Cuts mobile. Jason Brown, like I said, got to keep an eye on him. We'll see. He had that brilliant move through the massive wave of sideway cars. His buddy E.J. Lawler, these guys like to rev it, and I think they're going green. And Jason Parks hanging in there. 10th position with brother Justin behind him in 11th, and David Baird, so they better watch out because they've got David Baird and Brian Jugers behind them with Crocs. Crocs is going to have a front row seat to the carnage, you know. There's going to be a wreck on the restart. We might have to stay with Crocs and just look at what happens in front of them. Because right now, maybe we do... Maybe we do an in-car. Oh, no, let's just stay. What do you think, Tad? I think we ought to stay. Let's do this restart from the back, from the Crocs position, because you know there's going to be an incident. And we're getting ready to go green. Pace car is off of the track. We know there's going to be something, and we'll see if Crocs can survive. Pit crew could not get the rear end of that Chevy Lumina pulled out. This is going to be a nice change of pace to watch the restart from back here, because we know there's going to be some kind of action. Right now, it's just Coach Cam weaving his way up through the field. Numbers are thinning out now to where probably won't be as bad. David Baird just hits the brakes and already into Brian Triggers, bumping and grinding at something. Oh, we've got a pace car. Man, we couldn't even make it. We didn't even make it halfway around the track. You know, at some point, Jabroni Cup governing body has just got to let some of this stuff slide so we can finish this race. And another incident, Daryl Parks. I think we're going to get 2 wrecks each lap of green. And put us right into a caution. And these guys are, it looks like, slowing up now for the caution, maybe? And then we hit the start finish. It's a race to get back around. No, he's out there. Yeah, Pocono's an unorthodox place, Dad. You know, these guys kind of, I think, write the rules as they deem fit as they go. So we'll take a look back at that incident, but sometimes we get some bumping and grinding on the stack up. So we'll see what happens out here.
The cars still haven't catched up to the pace car yet.
I don't know. Triggers may have gotten into the back of Crocs a little bit there. Right now there's Jason Brown, and looks like he's wisely going to take a wide berth. Give Triggers plenty of space. We're on lap 18 here. Not even halfway, Tad. And we are seeing some real carnage out there. So we're going to back this thing up and see what happens.
There's the pace car.
Yep, he's out there now. Now, who did we... I don't even remember who we saw, man. Let's just go to Crocs because he was at the back. And go from there. So, we're going to back it up. So, hit and rewind. And there we've got... That was the second incident, I believe. Yep. All right. So, let's see, was it Lawler into Brown? Teammates duking it out? Was that one called? Yep. That was a rough looking, not the most force behind it, but didn't look good. Right now, head of Randolph County Racing has got to be upset. You want your guys to be competitive, but they're teammates. You don't want them out there damaging the equipment. And they've got to have a mutual understanding and respect, Tad, that right now it's all about the team. You know, individual accolades can just wait when you're taking out a teammate. I don't know who to blame there. They ran out of space. AJ Lawler just squeezed Brown out right into the wall. Let's go ahead and pause it and scoot up the field a little bit here, because this looked like it was pretty major. And we've got 3 wide, and that's a recipe for disaster. Honestly, that is not a good idea at Pocono. So let's go ahead and slow it down, Tad, and look at that. Those guys just stacked up. Where does the fault happen? Right now, I remember seeing Daryl Parks getting caught up in it. Don't know what happened. Right now, we've got...
It looks like it was Miles Parks who did it. Maybe. Yep.
Well, they're both. It's tough to lay blame. They're just racing and getting into each other a little bit. And look at how close he got to Dane Parks without. But those guys are drifting, and that's all it takes. You drift,
Yep.
and that gets
it
you
was
sideways.
Miles Parks.
Cole Parks avoids the contact. Oops, we went a little too far ahead there. But that didn't look too bad either. You know, we got sideways, but no major hits. Don't think anyone hit the Catawba car when it was sideways. Let's go ahead and speed it up. So not that, you know, he's going to live to race again. But we're certainly going to see plenty more incidents because we haven't even hit the 20 lap mark. That's pretty amazing. These guys are racing back to the green. Let's go ahead and get back up to the front. Logan's still hanging on, and let's get back up through the caution laps. Catch up to our live feed there, Tad. We're almost at the halfway point. It certainly is a heck of a way to get things started. You know, it's you know, the yin and the yang, the smooth, well-contested race, and just the all-out street brawl where, you know, heads are getting popped, cars are getting destroyed, feelings are getting hurt, Tad. You know, that's just easy way to put it. You know, there's a lot of cars and reputations being damaged out there today. And we're just going to keep on rolling and see if we can catch back up to our live feed, and maybe we won't have any shenanigans while these guys are stacking back up, but, you know, sometimes you do. And we are approaching the halfway point. They just crossed the start-finish line to hit lap 20 of 40, Tad. 20 of 40. Halfway. Any thoughts so far? Let's bring up the stats sheet. Still, we have not lost any more drivers since those first few incidents. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, honestly, I wish we'd lose a few more, because once you do, it makes it easier. You know, I think once we lose a few more drivers, these guys will have a better chance of keeping, you know, maintaining and not causing more crashes, and that way we can get more green flag laps under our belt, you know. But we are approaching lap 21. Boy, this is one of those marathons, Dad, you know. So right now, well, we haven't, our stats haven't called back up, I don't think, have we? Let's see, let's get back out to the track. Oh yeah, I'm still on. So right now, P Cool, first place. We're fast forwarding. We're not even bothering to check who's pitting when and where, why, how. Not even halfway through, and who knows? I don't think in this race you even care about your mileage, your gas situation. It's more about, can you survive the waves of carnage? Boy, that is just a small field of cars there, Tad.
Yeah, very small.
So what else have you been doing, Tad, during our layoff? Anything interesting?
No, not really.
Pick up any new hobbies or anything to fill the time while we're waiting for the Jabroni Cup restart?
Staring at Jabroni Cup posters, I guess.
Hey, that's not a bad thing, you know. I spent a lot of time plucking various body hair and shaving and splitting wood, and also, you know, got into weaving and trying to work my way up to tapestries, you know, something to that effect. You know, maybe gonna raise some fish. You know, I've got a lot of things cooking right now. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go next, but I tell you one thing, I'm glad to have Jabroni Cup racing back. I'll tell you that right now. We'll see as these guys come down. Whoa, okay. Having some studio issues, but where everybody's all right. Oh,
Okay, mascot cat. What just
yeah,
happened?
old Whiskers out there. Yeah, Whiskers knocking over some equipment, but everything's kosher. We're getting ready to come around again. Maybe we'll get a green flag. I hope we do on this lap. I did not pay attention, but I would hope we already got a lap or two under our belts. Under the yellow. Don't even think about it, Whiskers. You're not coming in here. Humans only. I'm going to threaten you. I don't want to, but I'm going to. I won't even do it. Because you're the good cat that just likes to watch. Alright, Tad. Let's see if these guys can go green. If they don't go green, I'm going to go get a drink. That's where I'm at right now, Tad. How about you?
Me too.
Let's see here. I'll tell you what. Oh, we're getting ready to go green. So... look at that, stacking up. Let's see what happens. Can these guys get maybe 1/4 of a lap before we get a caution? And it's already looking interesting back here. We got Brian Trigger, EJ Lawler way down on the inside.
Too wide.
Yep. I'm just keeping it on this pack. It looks like these guys are the ones that will probably lead to the next incident. But look at that. Some pretty good racing. Can they keep it up? Just taking a look at Jason Parks. Everyone's sliding though. Into the wall. Justin Parks hits it pretty hard, but this is they should just call this race the Wall Slapper 300 because everyone's slapping that wall. And there's Wes into the wall up there smacking it. Comes down into Crocs. Not enough to cause a major incident, but certainly a little bit of damage. You know, sometimes I think these guys just like smacking into the wall to kind of wake up a little bit. Pete Kula maintaining that lead, but Logan, as soon as I say that, look at that. Cole is pushing Logan, and they're going for that first position. That's a dangerous proposition to try to push anybody on this track, though. The two friends, will they cooperate, or will they become enemies? We'll see. Cole Parks diving down inside again. I think he wants a taste of that pole position, that lead spot. Into Logan. Some damage.
He survived.
Yeah, it came out no worse for the wear, but Logan Parks taking some hits back there. Maybe he stayed on the track. Maybe we can maintain a green. Our fingers and toes and everything else is crossed. Hopefully we stay under green. Because right now we've got some good stuff going on and don't need to slow this down again. Logan's back driving again. Maybe the guy... Yep, it looked... Oh, as soon as I say it. There he is. The most villainous car on the entire circuit. The pace car. So, some serious damage to the Bojangles Thunderbird. It was looking like a great day for Logan, but things turned south rather quickly. But, once again, his car looks like it'll be alright. He should be able to continue to race, so... honestly, it's not a bad thing to be at the back because We're only on lap 24, and we're probably gonna. My guess, Tad. Here's my honest opinion. I think we're gonna lose 3 to 4 more cars before this race finishes.
Oh, I think that we're gonna at least lose 5.
Pretty solid stuff there, Tad. You know, we could see, and there's Jason and Brogy cruising. So, I think right now, well, let's wait and see. Oh, Justin Parks is not looking good. That looks like engine trouble. He may be done for the day. I don't know. We're going to back some things up here in a minute. Let's see, but that's not good when you've got black smoke coming out from under the hood. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. But he's still out there. When he comes around to the pit, that'll tell the tale. Whether he can continue or not, we will, well, maybe we'll back it up. It might be time for an ice cold beverage. We'll see. Tad, if you want to go grab one, you can. I'll hold down the fort. I'm going to go get a beverage. Okay, go ahead. I'll keep things going here. We'll trade off in a minute. Let's see what happens with the Duke's mayonnaise car. We're gonna know real quick if they bring him back behind the. Oh, he's behind the wall. That's gonna be it. Gonna be it for the day. Another car down. So we're gonna go back to Logan Parks and back things up because we're gonna have a lap or two of just watching people drive slow and under caution. Gonna back it up and see what happens. Welcome back, Tad. We're just going to back it up and watch what happens. We lost the Duke's mayonnaise car. Justin Parks looks like he got pulled back behind the wall. Probably going to be done for the day as the carnage continues.
Man, Logan spent more than 360 degrees there whenever he spun out.
Slow. Bumps into the wall, and that's all she wrote. Pretty good hit there, but still not enough to take that car out of the race.
Looks like that was 3.
Oh yeah, let's go back and see if we can see what happens. Not smoking there. Probably just a mechanical issue because I don't think there was any contact. Watch at regular speed. Certainly have enough time to review this stuff as the cautions are extra long at Pocono. Let's just see if we can see the moment when something breaks in that Duke's mayonnaise Thunderbird. It's, yeah, you know. A little bump there, but that's not enough to do anything. You know, it's certainly got, you got all these moving parts and pieces, and you're trying to keep in tip-top shape. And out there bumping and grinding, you can rattle something loose just as easy as you can get hit and put out of the race that way. So, quite easy to blow a gasket, drop a piston, maybe damage a rotator splint, something to that effect there, Dad. Yep, there it goes. Yep. I think you just blew it up. Not enough Duke's mayo lubricating the engine as needed. So, not an exciting ending, but an ending nevertheless for the Duke's car. As we're going to catch back up to the front of the field. And let's go ahead and catch back up to the live feed, and I'm going to go get me a frosty beverage. We're on lap 24:40, Tad. We're not making much progress, I'll tell you that. And I was going to say, the camera kind of lost P. Cool there for a minute, but he's our leader at the moment, as we're still under caution. Did we lose the... Okay, I was going to say, did we lose the ticker? I looked over to our monitor and didn't see it for a minute and got worried, but we'll see what happens. All right, catch back up to live. Okay, I'll be right back, Tad. You keep the fans... you keep the fans on the edge of their seat in anticipation while we wait for this caution to end. Tad left the booth. Come on, Tad. You're supposed to be holding down the fort. Anyways, let's get some ice cold refreshment going on in here. Let's bring up our information. Let's see that we have lost. Oh, a header. That was it for the Duke's car. But where is everyone else? We only got three to four lined up right now. Must just be, yep, back in the field. So there is our leader, Cole Parks. Oh, as we head in to the, we're almost 2/3 of, or 3/4 of the way through. Even the math is getting rusty here as we suffer through yet another extended caution here at Pocono. Tad has rejoined us. Welcome back, Tad. Thought you were going to hold it down while I was gone. I see that you've returned.
Nature called now.
Hey, when nature calls, one must answer. There is no shame in that. You can see we have a new leader. How about that? Any thoughts on that, Tad?
I was kind of bored as an old leader.
Kind of rooting for Cole Parks there, Tad? Nothing wrong with that. You know, he's got his older brother right behind him, so that's going to be a really interesting dynamic once the restart. Oh, here we go. I thought we had probably had another couple laps in. All right, we're back under green. Cole Parks up front. Miles Parks behind him. I see Jason Parks diving down back there, and we've got him clumping up already. This first turn is probably going to give us another little incident. No, they're spaced out. Oh, Miles Parks taking the lead. Darryl Parks sliding. Getting real close. He didn't get in the wall. I'm watching the brothers rule it out here. Oops, wrong button. Cole Parks drifts wide though, and that's the killer flaw. Into the wall. Anybody else back there? Nope, everyone holds it together. We've got a new race leader, Miles Parks, with Darryl Parks challenging on the inside. Nice to have a little bit of racing without a crash. Back 28-40. And moving back, we've got some people stacked up back there. Dane Parks right on the tail of Jason Brown, pushing forwards. These guys have moved up front. Almost. So we've got some second. Ooh, and there's the big one. That was quite a hit. Still stacking up. Dane Parks not wanting to turn his wheel. Not happy about David Baird. Not even trying to avoid him. I think he. And now he's got black smoke. That's going to be it. I think that hungry man's steak is done. It's burnt, baby. Another couple of drivers probably done for the day. Let's go ahead and back it up now, Tad. What do you say? We're going to make it through this one way or the other.
Even though I did not. Even though I betted that 5 people would probably be out, that I'm probably right. Let's see though.
So teammates again possibly getting into each other. E.J. Lawler coming off the outside of that turn. Jason Brown Eye on the inside. Yep, Brown Eye just drifts into him. And Dane Parks drifts into him, and that's just the domino effect where there's not enough space. You get bumped, you get turned around, taking some hits, into Brown Driggers. You got Audi back there, just looks like he's going to run into Jason Brown. Made no attempt to dodge anybody, possibly under the influence.
I was right. Actually, 6 people did. I think I don't know.
Let's take a look at that from the Audi perspective from up high. Looked like he did get on the brakes, but other than that, he didn't do much to avoid it. I think at this point, he's just out there hoping to hit someone. I don't think Dane Parks appreciated him grinding the Hungry Man machine around the track. No, he slowed down for Brown Eye, but he's just going to grind that Hungry Man car. So again, we'll see who survived. Walk all the way back up to the field on this replay as they race back around to the start-finish line. And during that time, Daryl Parks taking the lead from Miles Parks. How about that? So they race back to start-finish. So we're gonna be down probably another few cars. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Looks like the pack is just gonna continue to thin out. We've hit lap 30. Hallelujah there, Tad. This is one of those we didn't realize it was next on the schedule tonight, but we're getting our money's worth on the restart of Jabroni Cup racing. Caught up to our live feed. We're going to throw up the stat screen. No, I was going to say, I just glanced at it and looked like we'd finally lost David Baird, but we have not. That duct taped and just glued together Audi cars hanging on. But we did. Brian Driggers finally out. No reason given. And Dane Parks done for the day. So right now we've got 11 cars. We started with 24. We're down to 11, Dad. That's even worse than I thought. I was thinking it'd be, didn't I say it'd be 50%? And that'd be 12, so we're already past that point. The question is, who will survive? 10 laps to go. Probably going to take us another 40 minutes to get through. Dad, I think nature's calling, so I think I'm going to answer that call. So you keep the people entertained. I'll be right back.
I got this.
All right, how's it going, Tad?
Okay.
Yep. It's getting late.
Yellow.
Getting late. We're on 32 of 40 here, folks. Let's see what happens. Daryl Parks holding on to that lead. We'll see if he can maintain. You know, I'm going to say 2 more cautions. Well, no, if probably only going to be space for maybe 1 more. If these guys can hold it together for a couple laps, if there's another crash, we'll end up finishing the race under caution, which not what the people want to see. But at this point, Let's get her over with, guys. Let's see who survives. We've got Daryl Parks, Miles Parks, Cole Parks, Pete Cool, Logan Parks up there at the front. Let's just cycle through real quick. Let's wait and see where we are. If we're near starting up. See Cam Cockerham hanging on, Wes, Jason Parks, Jason Brown, EJ Lawler, and David Baird nursing that car around the track. But you know what? He's getting points. You know what, Tad? There's a lot of other drivers that wish they were out there right now just getting those points. Even if you're not threatening to win, you're getting points, you're helping out yourself, you know, you're helping your position, you're helping your team. A lot of guys just watching from behind the pit wall right now. I'm not very happy about it either, I'm sure. So, coming back around. Maybe we're going to go green. What do you think, Tad?
Maybe.
We'll see what happens. Pace car, do the right thing. Get off the track. Come on, pace car. And he didn't. Guess what, sports fans? We've got another caution lap. So, Dad, how's it going over there, bud? So we're on lap 33. We're gonna get to lap 34 before we go green. So I'm gonna hope these guys can hold it together and we can finish this under green. But honestly, you know, who knows? They're probably not going to. At this point, I'm ready to go get a snack, call it a day. But we still got some racing to do, eh, Ted?
Yeah.
So, Pocono, how about it? How about it, Ted? A little liquid refreshment. As we come around and we look at all those trees, Dad. It's a lot of trees. So, Dad, what else is new? This is a nice time to caution lap to end.
It's taking way too long.
Hey, you like caution laps? We got them. All right. So, yeah, I think we might start this restart. Let's go on board with David Baird. He's a guy he may not have the most talent or the best equipment or the best attitude, but he's out there. That's what we can say about him. He's out there on the track. Well, we're having some stream issues, so hopefully we get back to optimal settings. What is going on here? Oh, we're going green. Just going to stay up front. Gonna hope all our stream works itself out. Not going to push anything because we'll end up causing a total blackout. We're green. We're on lap 34. Let's see what happens. We've got to have the field thinned out enough for these guys to make it. Supposedly. Into the first turn. Who will crash? Who won't? Miles Park's going to take the lead temporarily, at least. And we've already got some guys back there with some shaky legs, some shaky knees. Pete Cool saved it. I didn't see who got into him. I'm here for a second. Moves back up. Miles Parks taking that inside line. Back here, Pete Cool into the wall, Coach Cam into the wall. That's going to open it up for the yellow and red express as Jason Parks and Logan Parks move right past them. And they're going to get their shot. They can work together to catch up to Aaron Parks in the lead. This is what we like to see, some bumping and grinding, but not enough to throw and another yellow. So lap 35 to 40, this is probably going to be the longest stretch of green flag racing that we get in the entire night. We're doing good, folks. We've been waiting long enough for it. Love a Jeebus. Cole Parks in ninth, going to get around Coach Cam. Some rubbing, some contact. And we've got an incident in front of him. Didn't get to see it as we were focusing on some good racing, and we've got a driver to go into caution. At this point, Pat is getting ready to go grab about 3 more of these cold ones. Just see if I can finish them off before we go green again. So Miles Parks in first, but Dale Parks comes right back around him. I don't know where we are in reference to under caution. Again. What about this ball? Someone wrecked, someone spun out, and here we go again. Look at that, David Baird's still out there. Nothing on that car anymore. I'm surprised he hasn't been black flag, honestly, but I don't think they really believe in that. Can't blame them. Got enough things going on. It's a good point. Sheer wheel, Tad. All right, we're on board with Daryl Parks. Not much else to say there, Tad, but hey, another wreck. Another couple of caution laps. Whisker Biscuits, you stay away. Don't come this way. No. I'll do it. So anyways, let's see. We're on 36. I guess we'll go green on 38 or 39. So hopefully we'll get to finish on some green flag laps. We'll see. Don't know. We'll find out. Let's throw up the information for everybody out there. Race info, and still the same cast of characters holding on, staying out there, picking up points. You know, David Baird not even in last place for the cars that are out there. That's impressive for him to drive that car in that shape for that long and to hold on. I got a tip of the cap, Tad, because that's not an easy task. Not an easy task at all. So maybe we mess around here and see. Oh, that's a good one. Lap and time. I guess maybe that filters in at the end. Let's take a look at the race info. You know, we've got that stuff. Can't we see the track? Yeah, there we go. So not a lot of banking. You know. Wonder what the fastest lap. I can't read our stat screen over there. 52. Is that 52.201? So look at that. Luke Parks with a really fast lap. If I'm reading that right, that's even better than the NASCAR record set by Tony Stewart. So suck on that, NASCAR. Jabroni Cup drivers out there showing you up. How about that, Tad? That's maybe something we can start checking.
That's big boy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's some stuff that we can start to check as, you know, other races when we're under caution. It's hard to read in our second screen set up in the second monitor. We might have to upgrade and pull the other one in so that we can read some of those stats, some of the information that you, our valued viewers, get to see, you know, nice and big on whatever display you're watching on. We have a very low-res second screen at the moment, but we've got a good one for our seat here in the house to watch this stuff go on. This is Pocono, everybody. Pocono. Entries. Standings. Laps. Info. Standings. Lap 37, folks. Coming around again. Oh, man. What a marathon, Tad. This is certainly a interesting way to begin the season. To start it back up. Really pushing it to the limits. We're on board here. We're on board. Another. So we're going to come back around on 30. Go green on 39. So maybe we can get the last 2 laps in on green. What do you think, Dad? You think that's going to happen? Last 2 laps on green? Yeah. I'd love to live in a world where it does happen, but I think I'm going to have to agree with you there. And I'm going to believe that they're not going to make it happen. So let's see. Tell you what, right now it's looking good for Daryl Parks. First position. As long as he gets a good jump on the restart, stays out there ahead of all the crashes, will be set. So take a look at that Catawba car. Slight update this season. A little bit of that speed mesh, inspired by sports uniforms. Take a look back through the rest of the pack. Miles Parks, no changes to his car this year other than change of the team name to Minimum Effort Racing. We'll see if what he can do, if he can challenge for the lead. And my name's Jason Parks, going with a red car this year after the gray metallic finish last year with the same sponsor, same decals. Logan Parks completely unchanged. I don't blame him. You win the championship, you want to keep things the same there, Tad. I'm not the most superstitious guy, but even I understand the value of lucky underwear. We got Pete Cool, rookie this year in the Butt Cuts mobile. Cole Parks changing from Chick-fil-A to Star Wars. Upgrade if you ask me. Jason Brown in the Skull Bandit Chevy Lumina, one of the better looking new rods out there. Secondary sponsored by Acura. And Coach Cam back again. Just a number change and that's it. Rocking the Spam. You know, it's anyone's race because Lord knows we're going to see another crash. Again, David Baird somehow holding that thing together. It doesn't even look like a car anymore. You know, using a little bit of that rec center magic on it. It's no probe, but it's just a fine automobile. And EJ Lawler still, no, doesn't look too damaged. I think his rear end's got some damage, but we've seen some incidents with his teammate and friend Jason Brown. Maybe those guys can sort it out here in all West. What do you think, Tad? Who should we focus on the restart? Come on, Tad. You got to give me something to work with, bro. We've been on the air for far too long at Pocono today. I think we're going to maybe stick with the helicopter restart on Logan Parks as we're coming back around. Hopefully we're going to get the green flag here on lap 39. Folks, I am tired of talking. There is no other way to put it, Tad. I am really tired of it. We're ready to put this one in the books and be done for the night. So, just gonna keep on going. Do. Hey, what's going on, Tad? What's going on over there? Don't fall asleep. Gotta stay awake and finish this race because we're in this boat together. Our coffee machine is on the fritz, or we'd have Tad a nice hot cup of Joe to keep him going. He's fading fast over there. But aren't we all? We're just shaking the rust off here, getting back into the swing of things. Jabroni Cup racing, now in the year 2022. Still in the second season. We're going to try to finish this season up. Maybe get the next year going late spring, but right now we got to finish season 2, Tad. Maybe we're going to get a green flag at some point tonight. Maybe they're just going to drive off into the sunset and we just won't care anymore. We're ready. We're ready to see this race come to a conclusion. All right, they got to go green here. Revving up. There's the pace car. They're off the track. We're just going to stay up high. We can fit almost the entire field in this view. Looking good for Darrell Parks if he can just hold it together and not slam a wall. This is it. This is white flag. So no holds barred. We just saw an incident back there.
Why would you do that?
Cam Cockerham down for the count.
Man, why would you do that?
We're gonna stay. Yeah, we're gonna stay with the leaders here because this is the last lap. We ain't got time. We'll review it after we finish. Jason Parks, Snake and Darrell Parks. How about that? Darrell Parks into the wall. That's cost him dearly. He's going from first to fourth, folks. That is just a bad error. That's gonna just, you hate to see it. You race a good race, but on the on the other end of the spectrum, Jason Parks going to take that lead with Logan Parks behind him and finish the race. Just like that. That's how quickly your fate can change. Let's see if we can find out what happened to all the clocks. You know what? We're gonna take a look at that before we finish. Here's okay. I was gonna say I think we lost the cursor. But we didn't. We're gonna take a look at what happened, and then we're gonna shut this thing down and call it a night. At least got to see what happened to old Crocs. He had a real good run earlier, but Pocono was none too kind. He hung in till the end. That's some bumping and grinding with Jason Brown. And I don't know who's at fault there. Just two guys racing hard, but Croc's got the worst of that collision. As he's the guy that's not against the wall. If you're against the wall, you at least have something to brace. And yeah, that's gonna do it, folks. Let's go ahead and see. There you have it. There's a winner. Jason Parks ekes out the win on the last lap. You know, great finish to a race that was feast or famine there, Tad. So, as you can see, we got the top 10 up there. Jason Parks, Logan Parks right behind him. Pete Cool sneaking up in third. Daryl Parks with a disappointing finish to drop from first to fourth on the last lap. Cole Parks eking out a top 5 and 5th. Miles in 6th. Wes in 7th. David Baird nurses that car to an 8th place finish. EJ Lawler 9th and Jason Brown 10th. Justin Parks retains the points lead in a new, wow, look at how it shuffled. That's great stuff. We've got Justin Parks in first. Jason Parks jumps up to second in the point standings for the season. Daryl Parks up to third. Jacob Parks down to fourth. Cole Parks hanging in there in fifth. So that's going to be interesting. You know, let's we can take a look real quick. You know, we've come this far. Let's take a look at our standings. So there you go. You know, we're not even scrolling down past the top 20. We're just leaving her up there like that. And actually, yeah, you can't even see that far. Our graphics cut it off. But hey, this is Jabroni Cup. You get what you pay for. So, Tad, any stats you want to take a look at? Let's see. What do we got here? Starts, poll. Who's got them? You know, polls. Some guys. Some good performances. Daryl Parks, Luke Hall, and Brian Driggers. Wins. Jason Parks now with 2 wins. Same for Jason Brown and Chris Skeen. We've got a lot of repeat winners. Luke Halton, Rusty Hughes, and then JD Sides, Brian Driggers, Cam Cochran. We got a bunch of guys that are consistent but not winning races up there at the top. You know, top 5. A lot of Parks brothers up there. Jason, Jacob, and then Cole. But I think what's going to tell the tale here is the DNFs. And Mitch Merck, Brian Driggers right up there too. But who's got the laps? Who's been leading the laps? Luke Halton still leading a lot of laps out there with Chris Skeen and Brian Driggers. I think he had a couple of races where he kind of dominated. But, yep. So, all right, folks. That's it. Tad, you got any last words for the fans out there? Got to give them something, Tad. Come on, Tad. I'm not letting you down. I'm not letting you off the hook. We've come too far. Got to tell them something. Come on, Tad. Speak up. Come on, Tad. Pressure's on. Fans want to know. Say something. The mic is in your face, bro. Come on, bro. I think Tad's totally tapped out, and I don't blame him. Jabroni Cup action. Thanks, everyone, for watching. That'll do it.